Alright, so, for our Halloween special, we'll be taking a look at the top 7 scariest and saddest examples of people not turning out exactly as they seem. Sit back, relax, and receive your nightmare fuel. Number 7. So, when you first look at the channel as Sayori D, what do you really think of them? Do you think they're a nice person to talk to? Do you think that they actually take pride in their work? And more importantly, do you think that they're good for the DLC community? Well, if you answered yes to any of those questions, then get ready for this little story. And I've also made a separate video about this entire situation, which I'll link in the description for you guys. Anyways, let's get on with this. So, one night, Sayori D was having an argument over an anime character with somebody. This argument got so heated that Sayori D eventually managed to make this person attempt suicide due to bullying them so bad. Sayori D was after this arrested and charged, but later released due to the child that attempted suicide not passing away from the suicide attempt. But the fact that someone in such a community, something that revolves around an anime visual novel, the fact that someone in a community like that seems so harmless could cause something as much as a suicide attempt is proof enough that not everyone is exactly as they seem. Number 6. So, Zac Pack is a pretty interesting case. You see, NCSO7 and Zac Pack has had kind of a beef in a way. You see, NCSO7 has made 3 tips videos on Zac Pack, which basically just give him advice. And Zac Pack is known for making somewhat kids content, as he makes stuff like SpongeBob and other Nintendo games. But regardless, Zac Pack, whenever NCSO7 made the 3rd tips for Zac Pack video, it was more of a problems and tips video combined. Zac Pack completely lost it, making an entire live stream and trying his best to debunk the video that was just simply trying to give him advice. But now, NCSO7 will now say a few words to describe the situation.
Zac Pack is a very interesting case, and not because of the fact that he's downright awful. In fact, he's not that bad. However, Zac still has that side of him that all of us have. But unlike most of us, he's let it show. So, a while back, I made a video on him called Tips for Zac Pack 3. This is the 3rd video in the Tips for Zac Pack franchise. And when I made this video, I got met with a pretty, negative response, something I wasn't really expecting. And this all happened on Twitter, but he essentially said that I was pretty much wrong for what I was saying because of various reasons, and that he wasn't going to listen just because I don't even know. And it ultimately led into an entire argument that ended up in me basically blocking him on Twitter. And then that's pretty much all that happened there. I made a video on the entire aftermath regarding the whole Twitter argument, and then that was it. At least that's what I would say if it weren't for the fact that he made a video a few weeks down the line after this whole drama was done, watching my video, quote unquote, and basically debunking it with some of the absolute stupidest logic ever. And the worst thing about this is that his fan base, which are full of kids, believe this. And to be honest, I'm not surprised at that, but I'm surprised Zac Pack didn't know that this would have went badly. In fact, I feel that he probably did know that this would go badly, because he did say in this video for people to not witch hunt me, but it happened regardless. Well, it wasn't super big, and it wasn't a very big deal. It did still happen, and Zac really should have seen this coming. He should have known that his fans would get outraged over this. And the comment section of that video, the fact that Zac took things out of context and legitimately skipped parts of the video that would seriously change what he says, he ultimately skipped through parts of it and nobody cared, which is pretty disgusting, and ever since then, I've never really looked at Zac Pack the same.
Number 5. Alright, so this one is one of them that really impacted me a little bit personally, and this is one of the sad ones. So, Steve Cash 83, or Talking Kitty Cat as they are now, is a channel that was dedicated to a black talking cat known as Sylvester, and kind of the adventures of him and his crazy family of cats and even a dog. Overall, it was actually a really funny and interesting series. But the owner of the series, which is, well, his name is obviously Steve, well, he had some depression. And one night, his depression got the better of him. Steve Cash 83 sat down, took out a gun, and shot himself. I remember I burst into tears as soon as I saw the story. His wife was the one that confirmed it. To Steve Cash 83, I'm glad you're out of pain, and I'm sorry that you had to suffer through depression like that. This shows. As much as they may seem happy in those videos, they could be completely torn apart inside. Number 4. Monika D is someone I'm very close friends with, but someone that he definitely is not close friends with any longer is one of his friends. Marco, or Monika D, found out that his best friend had been lying to him about being that said best friend for 11 years. Marco is featured on this video. Here, have a listen to his story.
The first time I met my friend in the kindergarten, he was very nice to me, and very nice, like, he gives me food and stuff. Like, I doesn't have food because, I don't know actually, but anyway, my friend was getting, I don't know, too nice to me, very nice. I was like very happy when he comes to me, talk to me, and something like that. We were getting friends, like very close friends, and then 11 years later, I was listening to songs with my friend Lambor and Max. We were listening to dubstep songs. So, and then I got a notification like in the messenger. My friend texted me, say, your friend is literally faking nice to you. So, I was like, nah, that's not true. And then he showed me the picture. I mean, the screenshot. He screenshot. You know, he was faking so much. I saw him saying, "Oh, you, he believed me. I'm so nice to him," or, "Oh wow, he's so stupid," or something like that. I don't remember that much, but I think he said something like that. So yeah, he was faking all the time this year, every time. I was very sad when I found out. So I cried. I cried like so many times, but. And then Lambor and Max texted me saying, "What is wrong with Marco and stuff?" Because I was crying that time. So yeah, that's why. That's why I was crying that time. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm not talking to my friend anymore. So I block him. I block everything with him. I just block him. I don't care if he's saying sorry or other stuff. I just don't care. He's a bitch. He's a fucking bitch. I don't like him. Yeah, I think that's it.
Number 3. Zombiehair 28 is someone who I've had a lot of beef with. Trust me. Alright? This guy is no joke with how stupid he is. And honestly, I don't even know where to put him in the scary or sad category. I mean, he's scary because of how much bluffing he does. And what that can really lead him into. But also, it's sad because me and him could have actually been really good friends on here, and he had to fuck it up. So honestly, he fits into both categories. When me and Aaron first met, we met at a Bogdan back-to-back heist community. Aaron was at first really nice to me until we started having fights because Aaron was just that stupid. It all came to a head one night when Aaron literally blocked me on PlayStation 4 because I would not give him a fucking kill in a video game. You know, honestly, I don't want to be friends with someone like that, and you guys shouldn't either. Now as for Zombiehair 28's channel, I will be honest here, I don't like it at all. There are some things I will say here. Trust me, I understand that this is kind of a bold statement to make. But believe me when I say, Aaron, or Zombiehair 28, uses Subbot. He purchases subscribers. He has told me this in party chat before, and I didn't think to record it at the time he told me this kind of stuff. Because I never thought I would ever have to use this kind of thing against him. But please trust me when I say that. Okay? He does. Look no further than his view counts. It's pretty obvious. And honestly, when you have apparently 2.1k subscribers, but have a freaking video on a very popular game from a year ago that only has one fucking view, there's something up with that channel. There's no way that that's legitimate. Number 2. Whenever I first heard of this story, it really made me sick. And honestly, viewer discretion is advised for this one. So, Chris Watts. He seemed like a very kind and loving father on the videos that were taken on Facebook by his wife, Shannon Watts. But a kind and loving father to his 2 daughters, whose names were Bella and Cece, also known as Celeste. He really was not that father. You see, one night, for reasons unknown to this day, Chris Watts killed his entire family. He started with Shannon. He manually strangled her to death in bed, giving her no way to escape. He then smothered his 2 daughters to death with a pillow. His 2 dead daughters' bodies were found inside the oil tanks at the oil plant that Chris Watts worked at. Shannon's dead body was found buried nearby, as well as a bloodied bedsheet. So, I must ask, do you think he's such a kind father now? Number 1. So, when you first look at Pollution Entertainment's channel, it may seem harmless enough, kind of an SML wannabe with like plushy videos and other things like such. Now, granted, he's not an English speaker, he's from Chile, and I'll be honest, I don't actually know what language they speak. I think it's either Spanish or Portuguese, but regardless of the language, Pollution Entertainment is an animal abuser. And this is proven by a video that has surfaced. Not very recently, though. This happened a couple years ago, actually. But still, he's definitely not who he seems to be. He may look like an innocent plush tuber, but trust me, his dark side came out one night. So, What happened? Simple. Peluchin was having an argument with somebody online. In an effort to scare them, Peluchin decided to film himself beating his cat to death. The cat's name was Jason, and Peluchin Entertainment did a lot of different things to kill this cat. He did things like punch it, step on its tail, throw the cat against the wall, and finally finished it off by beating it to death with a wooden spoon. Now, I have watched the video, which can still be found on LiveLeak. And trust me, it is not for the faint of heart. What's even worse is the fact that such a video is the only real reason that I fucking know Ha Murto. That is a foreign language for has died. Because that's and the reason why I know that is simple. Because that's exactly what Peluchin said after he found out his cat had finally passed on. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Alright, so also I'd like to quickly thank Monika D and NCSO7 for being featured in this video, kind of giving their stories on those situations that they were featured for. Really means a lot to me. And I hope I didn't like traumatize you guys too much, but I definitely hope you guys were at least somewhat scared of some of these stories and at least know just a little bit more about kind of the world here. Now, as a final step of the requirements of this video, please have a good Halloween. We'll see you guys later. Peace out, everybody.